Hello and welcome to McCowan Field here in Mossy Creek for the second game of a doubleheader here on the pitch tonight. It's Tusculum and the Carson-Newman Eagles right here on the Eagle Sports Network. Ryan Wilkes with you, taking you through all the action tonight after an exciting 3-1 win for the Eagles over Tusculum to secure their spot in the South Atlantic Conference Tournament. Securing the 8th seed tonight, Carson-Newman looks to play for some pride against their in-state rival Tusculum. Tusculum still searching for that 8th spot. They'll have to get a win tonight against Carson-Newman. So getting ready to roll, we'll look at some starters. First for Tusculum, number 3, Wilma Axelson. Number 5, Sydney Grant. Number 6, Tristan Wepking. Number 7, Joey Garrett. Number 9, Alexis Rosler. Number 11, Bryn Stokes. Number 17, Adriana Netskos. Number 20, Maya Ensta. Number 24, Ella Funderburg. And number 30, Hannah Deakins. In goal for the Pioneers is number 1, Grayson Patterson. For Carson-Newman, number 5, Kendall Garber. Number 6, Felicia Frick. Number 9, Selena Yude. Number 10, Addie Henry. Number 12, Molly Zander. Number 13, Krista Nielsen. Number 16, Abby Zander. Number 17, Alba Delgado. Number 20, Annika Fend. And number 25, Savannah Fields. In goal for the Eagles is number 1, Berna Kabachi. So we're ready to roll here at McCowan Field. Decent crowd still around on a chilly Wednesday night here in Jefferson City, Tennessee. These two rivals looking to battle it out. Great crowd for the men's game where the Eagles trailed 1-0 at halftime, playing for some stakes there, looking to get into the South Atlantic Conference Tournament. They did so with 3 second-half goals to take down the in-state rival Tusculum. So it will be Carson-Newman taking the 8th seed. Tusculum held it coming into tonight. But the Eagles with 3 points and a Mars Hill loss to Limestone puts the Eagles in the 8th spot. So ready to roll. Carson-Newman will control to start. Tusculum in the orange jerseys, Carson-Newman in the home whites as we're underway here at McCowan Field. Chipped down, kicked away by Tusculum. The Eagles fighting for it. About 40 degrees tonight here at McCowan Field, starting to get into that early November weather as we are here November 1st, day after Halloween. It's Abby Zander near side. Played down towards Molly Zander, giving chase down the near side corner. And that one will go out of bounds. Defending was Ella Funderburg, and Tusculum will have a goal kick. Pretty even series between these two sides. Carson-Newman leads the all-time series 21-19-3. Last time out last year on October 26, 2022, it was a 1-1 tie at Tusculum. So pretty even between these two sides, and Carson-Newman will look to get the win in the last match here of the regular season and keep their in-state rival out of that South Atlantic Conference Tournament. Near side, Carson-Newman kicking it around. It's Yude. Playing it towards Nielsen. Nielsen at the top of the box. A shot by Fields is blocked. And Tusculum still looking to clear. Nice tackle there right inside the box. And Tusculum clears it for the moment, but here come the Eagles once again. Fend to touch. Down towards near sideline, and is kicked out by Tusculum. It'll be a corner kick on the far side for Carson-Newman. It'll be Addie Henry trotting down to the far side corner to take this one. 43-27 and a rolling clock. Good opportunity for Carson-Newman to start off the night as Henry lines it up far side. Touch in, down to the box for Fields, a touch back to Henry. Cross to the near side post, off the head, and no good. A little bit wide, and it'll be a goal kick for Tusculum. I believe there might have been offsides called there as well. It's the first corner for Carson-Newman. Does not come to pass as Tusculum lines up the goal kick. Mentioned starting to get cooler. We'll trickle back into the high 60s next week, but right now chilly night as Carson-Newman takes possession back, played towards Zander at the top of the box and cleared by Tusculum. Good job defensively so far for a team that's allowing close to 3 goals per game. Tusculum looks to keep Carson-Newman off the scoreboard tonight. Carson-Newman controls far side. Over to Garber. This one played all the way back to Kabachi as Carson-Newman looks to be patient. Eagles have been aggressive to start this one. Again, big in-state rivalry, and Carson-Newman can control the fate of Tusculum with a win tonight, knocking them out of contention for the South Atlantic Conference Tournament. This one played all the way back to Kabachi once again. Tusculum 2-9-4 on the year, 2-6-2 in the conference. Currently sitting a little bit back of that 8 spot that is controlled by Limestone at 2-6-2 in conference play. 8 points apiece for the two sides, but Limestone does control the tiebreaker as this one controlled. Now kicked in. An opportunity for Carson-Newman, but taken away by Tusculum. Nice defense inside the box there by the Pioneers. As now racing near side, Tusculum looking to push. Nice move at the top of the box by Sidney Grant. Now one-on-one with a defender, plays it back towards Kabachi, nobody home. And Berna Kabachi scoops up the save. Nice push on the counterattack by Sidney Grant, but nobody home with her. As Kabachi scoops it up, no problem. Big boot by Kabachi near the midfield stripe. This one played near side for Abby Zander. No score as we approach 40 minutes left to play here in this first half. Zander making a push down the near sideline. All the way down to the near side corner, trying to cross it in, but it's blocked. And Tusculum looks to gain possession back, and they do. Near side for Sidney Grant. Grant changes direction, crosses over midfield, plays it down the far sideline, but again, nobody home for Tusculum. So Grant's been active, but the Pioneers not quite running with her yet. As it'll go out of bounds far side, a throw in Veronica Fenn and Carson-Newman. Touch back towards Fenn. Carson-Newman controls in the back half. This one towards Nielsen. Nielsen with a nice move, shakes off a defender, but it's taken away by the Pioneers. Quickly taken back by Yude, now far side, the Eagles control. Yude making a run. A little bit too hard on the touch, and is kicked out of play by Tusculum. Throw in deep down the near side corner. As it's tossed in. Now Nielsen far side, working on her defender. Nice move down the far side corner. Two Pioneers right there to take it away. It's cleared for a moment, but taken back by Molly Zander. Now across in the box. Nielsen's got a look. It's blocked and out of bounds. Off the foot of a Pioneer. Carson-Newman looking for a corner there. Can't blame him, as it looked like that did get a piece of Pioneer, but nonetheless called a goal kick for Tusculum. That Nielsen shot did change direction. Nonetheless, Tusculum gets possession back. Carson-Newman applying the pressure defensively early on. Tusculum not really able to create numbers on the counterattack, as this one's kicked around near the top of the box. Now it's pushed near midfield, with Hattie Henry right there to take it back. So the Eagles being the aggressors so far. Last time out, a 2-2 draw against Limestone. In a game where Carson-Newman controlled it in the first half, 2-0. Limestone uses 2 second-half goals to earn a point here at McCowan Field. The Eagles looking to close out the regular season on a high note here at home. Let's touch back towards Fenn, now to Zander. Molly Zander far side. Zander looking to get into the box here. She does with the cross. Right there, Delgado coming out of goal is Patterson. Lots of contact, and it will go in the direction of the Pioneers. Solid idea by Zander. Found Delgado right there in the middle of the box, but Patterson comes out and deflects it away as Tusculum regains possession. No score, 37-45, and a moving clock here in the first half of play. These two rivals have played pretty evenly, as I mentioned earlier. 21-19-3, the all-time series. Carson-Newman leads. But last time these two teams took the field, it was a 1-1 tie a little over a year ago. The Eagles control near midfield. Now pushing its fields. Taken away off the foot of Molly Zander, but she takes it right back. Xander tries to cross it in, but it's deflected, and Patterson will scoop it up. So the Eagles have been mostly in Tusculum's half here in the first few minutes. 2 shots for Carson-Newman, none so far for Tusculum. As this one's headed around, a push in the back, and a call as Delgado goes to the turf. Netzko's called for the foul. A free kick for Carson-Newman. As it looks like we might. Now it's played far side for, I believe that's Henry. Henry trying to shake off a defender. Plays it back towards Savannah Fields. Fields chips it near side, looking for Xander, but it's deflected. Abby Xander giving chase. Tight defense by a solid defender for the Eagles, Xander. She gets a piece of it. Kicked around by Tusculum, now played down the near side. Nobody home, and this one will trickle all the way down towards the near side corner. And it'll be a deep throw in for Carson-Newman. Talks about Tusculum and Sydney Grant, who's had a couple opportunities early on. She paces the Tusculum attack with a team-high 4 goals and 3 assists. Only 6 other Tusculum players have scored a goal so far this season. There's a lot of contact and a whistle called on Carson-Newman, as that's Alexis Rosler shaken up. So we back up, and it'll be a free kick for the Pioneers. So now Tusculum does have some numbers down here. Maya Ensta will take the kick. And Ensta tees it up, and she'll send it away for Tusculum. This one into the box. Kabachi coming out. She'll scoop it up. As Carson-Newman gets possession back. Not a bad play there for Ensta. Just a little too strong, looking for a couple teammates to come on. Now it's kicked around near midfield. Contact on Delgado and a foul. Initially called on Tusculum, but obviously that one was on Alba Delgado. It's now Tusculum with another free kick. Pioneers fighting for position in postseason play. As it sits right now, they're on the outside looking in 9th in the South Atlantic Conference. With a win tonight, or a draw, I believe, they can get in the conference tournament. So I'm booted into the box, headed away by the Eagles. As now Carson-Newman looks to counterattack. Molly Xander pushes it outside. Carson-Newman running with her. Nice opportunity for the Eagles here as Nielsen will touch back to Xander far side. Molly Xander controls. Tusculum retreats defensively. Xander trying to spin away from the tight defending Ella Funderburg. As now it's played into the box. Yude looks to put a head on it, but doesn't get any contact. Now it's Xander, a shot at the top of the box and saved by Grayson Patterson. Nice looking shot from Xander, but right to Patterson. She gets a save. First shot on goal for Carson-Newman, 3rd shot overall. Tusculum with 1 shot on goal as well, 1 shot to speak of so far. Carson-Newman takes it back off the turnover, and Molly Xander skies it over the top of the goal.
Stay centrally.
So Carson-Newman showing that defensive pressure early on, as we'll have a sub for Tusculum. Tana Bookhamer comes on. Hannah Deakins checks out. No score here in the first about 12 minutes of play. As Carson-Newman still applying that defensive pressure. They take it back, another Tusculum turnover. Frick, touch far side for Fields, and it goes off her shin. And out of bounds, a goal kick up coming for Tusculum. So the Eagles trying to set the tone early. They've certainly done so in terms of being the aggressor. As Tusculum hasn't been able to quite match that energy here in the early going, but still no score. Carson-Newman currently out shooting Tusculum 4-1. As the Eagles take it back, played towards the top of the box. The Carson-Newman bench asking for a foul, but no call. Now it's played towards Grant, too hard of a pass. As Carson-Newman takes possession back, now near midfield for Maya Ensta. She pushes past Krista Nielsen. Played towards Grant, once again too strong and out of bounds. Throwing for Abby Xander. She touches it back towards Garber. Garber looking across the field here. As Bookhamer tightly defending. Carson-Newman patient here, looking to push it the other direction. Eagles moving left to right. It's Addie Henry. Henry looking for Nielsen. Defense looked like maybe a handball there, and there's a call. A handball on Bryn Stokes, and Carson-Newman will get the free kick near midfield. So the Eagles can control the fate of the Tusculum Pioneers, trying to sneak into postseason play. Mentioned they currently sit 9th in the South Atlantic Conference standings. Now Ude at the top of the box, touches it towards Fields and taken away and cleared by Tusculum. Fields far side, tightly defended by Tristan Wepking. That'll be a throw-in for Tusculum. 31:08 in a moving clock here in this first period as Tusculum looks to get something going offensively. Carson-Newman has had its fair share of chances, more than the Pioneers have, but now here comes Tusculum. A play towards Grant, trying to beat Kendall Garber. She does for a moment. Earns a step, and that was shot. Scooped up by Kabachi. Off the foot of Sydney Grant. Mentioned she leads this Pioneers team with 4 goals and 3 assists. Had a good-looking run right there, but could not execute. Nice job by Kabachi to come a little bit out of goal and take care of that one. As an Eagle is down here, clock will stop at 30:33. Looks like it's Addie Henry limping off the field here. We'll see if there's a sub coming in for the Eagles. Abby Zander comes over to help her teammate off the field. Looking at the South Atlantic Conference standings, Limestone sits in 8th right now. But the Saints played earlier this evening. Actually, the Saints are playing Limestone or Mars Hill right now. We'll keep an eye on that game. 32:51 to go in that first half. No score to speak of so far between the two sides.
Center forward, central.
So Addie Henry comes off the field. Carson-Newman looking to push it the other direction. Waiting to see who subbed in for Addie Henry. This will be a throw in far side for Tusculum. It's kicked around near the top of the box. Tusculum looking to push here. Zander able to clear it. It's cleared all the way back towards midfield. Now near side, it's Maya Ensta. Top of the box, it's Joey Garrett. Garrett far side. To Wilma Axelson. Axelson chips it towards the top of the box. Kicked around. Carson-Newman looking to get possession back, and they do far side. It's cleared by the Eagles. All the way back towards Axelson. Standing right outside that South Atlantic Conference logo. Now Joey Garrett. Garrett plays in the box. Kapachi comes out and scoops it up for Carson-Newman. So Tusculum trying to be patient there, looking for a chance in the box, but couldn't quite get one. As Kabachi scoops it up. Looking at that Mars Hill and Limestone game, 30:54 to go in that first half. Pioneers obviously hoping for a Limestone loss. And the Tusculum win here tonight as Fields chips it across the midfield stripe. This one kicked around. Now it's Fields over the top of a couple of Tusculum defenders. Pioneers looking to do a little bit of what the Eagles did in those first few minutes and control possession in the attacking end. But now it's played back towards Frick. She takes it away all the way towards midfield. Now here come the Pioneers. It's Bryn Stokes' shot, and it's past the near side post, no good. Stokes with a nice looking shot, but it'll be a corner kick for Tusculum nonetheless. Kabachi with the outstretched arms could not quite get there, but luckily enough Actually, I think that might have been punched away by Kabachi. As now here comes Addie Henry back out on the pitch. So it looks like the Eagles were playing a player down. Nobody came on for Henry, but now Henry trots back on. Good to see she's all right as the corner kick being taken by Maya Ensta. This one crossed in, far post. Headed around and in. A goal for Tusculum. With 27:52 to go, the Pioneers take the lead. Somebody got a head on it, not quite sure who it was. I want to say it was Adriana Netskos, but not 100% sure quite yet. Nonetheless, Tusculum takes a 1-0 lead. 27:52 to go here in this first half of play. So the opportunities for the Pioneers here in this first half of play have been few and far between, but executed that time as Tusculum takes the lead. That goal will go to Adriana Netskos. So Netskos with the header in the 17th minute of play to give Tusculum the 1-0 advantage. Abby Zander controls near side. This one kicks around. It'll go off of Tusculum. A throw-in for Carson-Newman. So you see that Tusculum energy starting to pick up here at McCown Field. It was a quiet first few minutes. Carson-Newman controlled most of the possession and had most of the chances, but Tusculum that time able to execute off the corner kick by Ensta. Tusculum with 4 shots, 4 of them on goal. Carson-Newman with 4 shots overall. Only 1 on goal so far. As Annika Fenn giving chase far side. Delgado, a touchback to Fenn. Is kicked out of bounds off the Pioneers. A throw-in for Carson-Newman, working quickly. As it went to Nielsen, taken away by the Pioneers. Booted back towards midfield. Grant trying to make a run. Opportunity to through ball is deflected by Henry. Addie Henry near midfield to Delgado. Delgado looking for Fields. Now Zander. Molly Zander far side. Nice move on her defender. Gets through for a second. Lots of contact, and now a ball goes out of bounds. I want to say that was off the foot of the Pioneers, and it was. So a far side corner kick for Carson-Newman. It'll be Addie Henry to trot down to the far side and take that kick. About 26 minutes to play here in this first half. 17th minute goal by Adriana Netskos. Off the corner kick by Maya Ensta to give Tusculum the 1-0 lead. Carson-Newman looking to replicate that with the corner kick by Addie Henry. Played in far post. Headed around and out of the box. As Frick goes to retrieve it. And all the way back towards Abby Zander. Zander plays it to the top of the box. Headed away. Looking for Molly Zander there. She'll now give chase far side, try to keep it in play. Lots of contact on that far sideline, no call. It'll be a throw-in for Carson-Newman. 3 saves for Berna Kabachi so far. The 1 goal allowed off the header by Adriana Netskos. 1 save by Grayson Patterson. The 1 shot on goal by Carson-Newman. As now this one played into the box, looking for Yude, but it's cleared by Tusculum. Now the active Grant trotting across midfield, looking for the ball, and will get to her on the through ball. The speedy Garber trying to keep up. Far side, it's Grant trying to push past Garber. And now plays in the box, scooped up by Kabachi. Nice job by Garber to keep up with Grant. She seems to be Tusculum's best player so far this year with 4 goals and 3 assists. Garber able to create enough of an impact on Grant to have that one trickle right to Kabachi in goal. Far side, Savannah Fields. Gets through to Kristen Nielsen. Nielsen now down the far sideline. Going to touch it back to Zander. Tusculum able to take it back. So in that first about 15 minutes, it was Carson-Newman applying the pressure. Now Tusculum doing some of the same. As it looks like we'll have subs coming in. It'll be Cameron Giles coming in. As well as Alicia Teskey. So Teskey and Giles check in for Nielsen and Molly Zander with 23:54 and a moving clock here in the first half. First subs of the night for Carson-Newman. Addie Henry went out for a couple minutes to get her ankle checked out, but she's currently back in the game. So now Addie Henry controls near midfield, chips it towards Alba Delgado. Now it's Felicia Frick pushing down the far sideline. Frick into the box, looking for Giles. It's kicked around, headed out for a moment by Tusculum. It's Ude at the top of the box now. Fields a shot and a diving save by Grayson Patterson. Nice shot by Fields outside the box, but an even better job by Patterson right there to secure the save. Second save for Grayson Patterson on the night. Second shot on goal for Carson-Newman. Now the Eagles look to get possession back near midfield. Lots of contact on Selena Ude. And now Cameron Giles plays it far side for Savannah Fields. A chance here for Carson-Newman. As Fields looks across in the box, she chips it in near post. As now it's Ude at the top of the box, kicked around and cleared for a moment, but now Delgado finds herself at the top of the box, plays it towards Giles. Coming all the way out of goal is Patterson to scoop it up. Looks like Carson-Newman had a couple opportunities there to get a shot on goal, but couldn't quite do so.
Tuck in, Annika! Tuck in!
As now it's taken back by Carson-Newman at the top of the box. It's Giles back to Ude, but an errant pass. Now kicked around the top of the box and cleared by Tusculum. Monica Fenn controls. A touch to the top of the box looking for Delgado, but the Pioneers take it away. Now pushing the opposite direction looking for a counterattack. It's Grant. Grant across midfield. Ude takes it back. Grant fighting hard for that ball back. She can't get it. As Addie Henry controls. Tusculum still applying some pressure defensively. It's far side. Now it's Fenn. Carson-Newman looking to maybe slow down the pace of play just a little bit and create a good opportunity. As it's now Kendall Garber touching it toward Abby Zander. Zander crosses midfield. Pass kicked away. Ude now a nice move to get past midfield. Touch towards Cameron Giles. Good defense by Bryn Stokes. It's now far side. Lots of contact on Wilma Axelson. No whistle over there as well. It'll be a throw-in for Tusculum. I mentioned this Tusculum offensive attack. 12 goals on the season. Averaging less than a goal a game, but they are outscoring their season average here in the first half. 20:52 to go in a rolling clock. It's a 1-0. The Pioneers lead, fighting for postseason position. If Carson-Newman's able to pull this one out, I believe it'll spell the end of the season for the Pioneers. Sitting at 9th in the conference right now. That's Carson-Newman with the throw in far side. If you missed it in the first game, Carson-Newman on the men's side, able to overcome a deficit and take down these Tusculum Pioneers to flip the script and sneak in the South Atlantic Conference tournament in the 8th spot, a 3-1 win for the men. Now near side, Tusculum controls. And touch back to Garrett. Garrett now playing it towards the top of the box. It's Axelson giving chase. Axelson looks to cross it in, goes off the foot of the Eagle, and a corner kick for the Pioneers. Some debate from the Carson-Newman bench, but to no avail as Ensto will line up the corner kick far side. 19:45 and a moving clock here in the first half. The Pioneers lead off the 17th minute goal from Adriana Netskos. Same situation just on the other side of the field that we had on that first goal. Ensto to take the corner. Second the night for Tusculum. She lines it up. Here's the corner by Ensto. Into the box. And that one a handball inside the box on Carson-Newman. So a handball on the Eagles on a corner kick that didn't seem to be going anywhere fast, and now a penalty kick for Tusculum. So a chance to go up 2 here in this first half. It'll be Joey Garrett and Berna Kabachi facing off inside the box. Kabachi looking to keep this a 1-0 deficit. Garrett looking to go up 2 for the Pioneers. Garrett, a shot and it's scored. Top of the goal, Joey Garrett puts it away on the penalty kick off the Carson-Newman handball. And Tusculum leads 2-0 with 19:13 to go in the first half of play. So a mistake for the Eagles, the handball inside the box, and Tusculum capitalizes. Substitute coming in for Carson-Newman. It'll be Carly Pettit to check in. Looked like the Eagles had a pretty good hold on this game the first few minutes. Some good opportunities, some nice defensive pressure, but since then, Tusculum with the header on the corner kick, and then off the second corner kick, a handball by Carson-Newman, the penalty kick goal by Joey Garrett. 2-0 Pioneers out in front. Carson-Newman looking for a quick response. Far side, it's Pettit. Pettit looking to chip it in. I believe that one off Tusculum will be a far side corner kick for the Eagles. Addie Henry will go take it. Eagles looking at least cut into this deficit in the first half of play. Henry looking to line up the corner kick. Give her teammates a chance to get it in here. Far side, Henry tees it up. This one chipped in the near side post. Good looking corner kick off the head of Frick. And out of bounds. Goal kick for Tusculum. Nice looking kick by Addie Henry on the far side. But Frick's header goes just wide. That's why we'll have a couple substitutes coming in. Actually, just one for Tusculum. It'll be Macy Vermillion checking in. Checking out is Wilma Axelson. Vermillion out of Greenville, Tennessee. Did go to USC Aiken to start her career, but then decided to come home and play for the Tusculum Pioneers. As this one go out of bounds far side, a throw in for Carson-Newman near midfield. The Eagles trying to work with urgency here as we dwindle down toward the later parts of this first half. 17:22 and a rolling clock to go. Carson-Newman trails by 2. Coming into this one, the Eagles could control if Tusculum played in the postseason or not. But Tusculum trying to take some of that control out of their hands. 2 goals here in the first half. That's this one chipped in the near side post, but scooped up by Patterson. The tone of this game has changed dramatically from the first whistle to now, as Carson-Newman had to control the intensity for most of the first 15 minutes. As there's a lot of contact near midfield and a late whistle on Addie Henry and a foul. Simon Duffy doesn't agree with that one. Nonetheless, it'll be a Tusculum free kick near the midfield stripe. As I mentioned, Grant leads Tusculum in scoring with 4, tied for the lead in assists with 3. She's been active so far in this first half. As it's kicked towards Grant at the top of the box, headed around by quite a few Eagles. It's now Teskey giving chase. It'll be played back towards Henry. Pettit, and Pettit can't get it to Giles at midfield. Headed around again. Tusculum controls possession for the time being. Pettit tightly defending on the far side. Will go out of bounds off of the Pioneers. A throw in for Carson-Newman. Pettit working with urgency, looking to get it to Giles, and she does. Cameron Giles kicks it off of Tusculum. Actually, it's off of Giles. And a far side throw-in. Great throw-in by Pettit. Got it over the top of a Tusculum defender. But then Giles quickly met. Goes out of bounds off of her. This one kicked around near midfield. It's Frick. Frick touches to Giles. Right back to Frick. Now Felicia Frick far side. Looking to cross it in. Tight defense by the Pioneers. Frick shakes loose for a moment. Shakes loose once again. And now Frick plays it into the box. It's Giles with a foot on it, but it's cleared by the Pioneers. Now it's Caitlin Grant, tightly defended by Garber. Those two have been going at it so far here in this first half. As it crosses midfield, Carson-Newman takes it back. A couple of times it looked like Grant was going to get loose, but Kendall Garber was able to catch up to her, and she does so well once again right there. This one towards midfield. It's Carly Pettit giving chase. Right with her is Tana Bookhamer. We'll check in on that score we were looking at a little while ago. Limestone and Mars Hill. As now a shot goes high off the foot of Selena Ute. Looking at that game, it's 0-0 there. 17:21 to go in the first half. Got a 2-0 game here. Tusculum out in front of Carson-Newman. About 14 minutes left to play here in this first half. It's a great way to round out the regular season when you're playing a rival. And the men's game lived up to the hype. The two teams battling it out for 8th place as a late whistle and a foul call. Simon Duffy disagrees nonetheless. It'll be a kick for Tusculum. Now the head official will come over to chat with Simon Duffy, and he showed a yellow card. So Simon Duffy showed a yellow on his disagreement on that late whistle. Short stoppage here at 13:43. Mentioned Limestone 2-6-2 in conference play, same mark of the Pioneers. So Tusculum looking for a Limestone loss and a win here tonight. Looking good so far as Grant plays it towards the top of the box, headed away by Carson-Newman. Now Giles and the Eagles looking to counterattack. It's Alba Delgado crossing the midfield stripe. Delgado, nice move, but taken back by Tusculum. Nice defense by Bryn Stokes. Now Selena Ute takes it back. Ute plays it far side. It's Savannah Fields. Fields back to Delgado. Now looking far side. Pettit down the far sideline. Carly Pettit crosses it in. And it's cleared by Tusculum. Tusculum controls, looking across midfield. They do, but it's taken back by Carson-Newman. Henry all the way back to Kabachi. 12:45 to go and a moving clock here in this first half. Garber controls in the back half, touches it towards Ute. Now Ute looking for Henry, an errant pass. And a turnover by Carson-Newman will be a throw-in for Tusculum. Carson-Newman solidified in the conference tournament, sitting at 5th. Tusculum still fighting to get in. Looking good right now, leading 2-0. 12:14 to go here in this first half. Far side, Tusculum controls, played into the box. It's Yude coming in on it. She needs Frick. And now it's cleared by Carson-Newman for the moment. Insta into the box. It goes wide. And it'll be a goal kick for Carson-Newman. A couple subs coming in. It'll be Maya Binkson checking in for Selena Yude. So Binkson checks in. As Carson-Newman looks to get a goal here late in this first half, trailing by 2. As I mentioned, the tone shifted after that first goal. Tusculum kind of kicked it into gear a little bit after Carson-Newman controlled possession most of that first 15 minutes and just looked like the aggressors in this one. Binkson trying to play it towards an Eagle, but it gets taken away. Now all the way down the nearest sideline, goes out of bounds. Throwing right in front of the Eagles bench for Abby Zander. About 11 minutes to go here in this first half. Carson-Newman looking to strike back. As this one goes off the foot of Tusculum and out of bounds. Throwing to Garber. As Garber looks to reverse field, but it's taken away by Tusculum. A turnover deep in the half for Carson-Newman. Now a play goes off the back of Tana Bookhamer. I think might have been whistled for an offsides there. It's a free kick for Carson-Newman as Tusculum had an unexpected chance there off the turnover. Bookhamer a little too aggressive. Gets behind that line of Carson-Newman defenders and an offsides. Now Henry across midfield to Giles. Giles far side for Henry. All the way back. Now to Henry. Now near side is Kendall Garber. Carson-Newman trying to be patient here and create a late opportunity as we move under 10 minutes to play in this first half. 2-0 Tusculum. Off the penalty goal most recently. The penalty kick by Joey Garrett to score Tusculum's second goal. Earlier the header by Adriana Netskos to give the Pioneers a 1-0 lead, and then later the strike off the penalty kick. That's where we sit right now, 2-0. It's far side, the Pioneers control. Tight defense here by Carson-Newman. That's something that hasn't quite let up in this game. Carson-Newman's been the aggressors defensively. But off the corner kick and the penalty kick, the Pioneers able to strike. Not the conventional ways of scoring, but nonetheless, they've been able to do so. Statsky tightly defending in the back half. About 9 minutes to play here in half number 1. Looks like Tusculum's pretty content to control possession the rest of the way and hold the 2-goal lead as we head into the break, but now trying to push here. Play to Grant, as Grant looking to cross it in. Abby Zander tightly defending Grant. Grant now a touch. Gets beyond the back line, and a goal kick for Carson-Newman. Couple subs for Carson-Newman. Nina Arnadottir checks in, as well as Noel Kreiser. So Kreiser and Arnadottir check in. Garber checks out, as well as, I believe, another Eagle checked down as well. Couldn't quite see who that was. As Frick touches in the back half, it's Kreiser. Simon Duffy urging his team to be aggressive here as we go in the later parts of this first half, trailing by 2. Almost a Tusculum turnover near midfield, but goes all the way towards the far sideline for Wepking. Wepking back to Vermillion. Crosses midfield. Garrett a touch towards Grant. Grant, nice move to get away from Pettit. Now Caitlin Grant, far side the top of the box. And it's kicked away by Carson-Newman. Delgado touches it back. Now Arnadottir near midfield. Tight defense there by Wepking. Wepking takes it back. And it'll go out of bounds off of the Eagles, the foot of Alba Delgado. So near side throw in for Tusculum. It'll be Maya Ensto to take it. A lot of fans still sticking around here through the cold night in Jefferson City, Tennessee. That's a smooth touch near the top. Vermillion back to Garrett. Now Vermillion trying to make a move, but Fields able to take it away. Nice defensive play by Savannah Fields. Now Fields looking for Giles. Giles a touch back for Binkson. Binkson all the way down the near sideline. Giles giving chase. It's kicked out of bounds by the Pioneers. Sub coming in for the Eagles will be Delgado to check out. Also a sub for the Pioneers. It's Lakin Pennington checking in. Delgado checks out, and Malia Kim checks in for the Eagles. Some more subs later here in this first half for Carson-Newman. Looking to create something offensively. Not had a shot on goal in a while, only 2 shots on goal overall. It's now played at the top of the box. Kicked away by Tusculum. Now a turnover, but Malia Kim not able to get there quite in time, as it's booted across midfield. Nice job by Henry to win possession back on the header. It's played all the way back towards Kreiser. 5:44 and a moving clock here in the first half. Tusculum with a 2-0 advantage. This one played towards midfield. It's touched towards Fields, but a little too strong as the Pioneers retake possession. All the way back for Rosler. Tusculum controls possession, trying to be patient here. Maybe generate a third goal here in this first half, but Abby Zander able to boot it across midfield. Nina Arnodonner gets a piece of it, plays it towards Fields. Fields trying to reverse Field, plays it towards the top of the box, nobody home, as Patterson comes out of goal to scoop it up. 5 minutes on the dot as we go towards the end of this first half. First half that changed momentum pretty quickly. Off that corner kick goal off the head of Adriana Netskos is a foul call, I believe, on Felicia Frick. So the Netskos header off the corner. And then another corner by Maya Ensta, handball on Carson-Newman. That led to a penalty kick for Joey Garrett. She executed to make it 2-0. 4.5 remaining. Play towards midfield. Roser reverses Field, far side. Kept in by Tusculum. As Carson-Newman thought that one went out of bounds. Henry takes possession back, and now a whistle and a foul on Tusculum. Addie Henry will take the free kick far side. 4 minutes to go here in this first half. Carson-Newman looking for a late offensive push to try and cut into this deficit. That sits at 2. Free kick, nobody home for Carson-Newman, taken back by the Pioneers. This one kicked around near midfield. All the way across field for Abby Zander. Zander plays it towards Arnodonner. Now Frick. Frick, a nice move to get past Vermillion. Now Fields touches it back to Frick. Frick across into the box, goes over the top of goal, and it'll be a goal kick. Tusculum. Sub coming in for the Pioneers. Caroline Henselman checks in, and Irish Miles will check in for the Eagles. So Henselman checks in for Tusculum with 3 minutes to go, and Miles will relieve Abby Zander for the rest of this first half. Zander's been active this whole season. She's been a staple defensively for the Eagles, and she's done so tonight once again. Again, the defense has not been a sore spot for Carson-Newman. The goal just came off a nice corner kick. And then the penalty kick goal off the inadvertent handball. So Irish Miles, a nice move. Gets past her defender. This one played towards goal. A chance for Carson-Newman. But it goes underneath the foot of Anina Arnodonner. And a break for Tusculum, because if Arnodonner even got a piece of that, it would have gone past Grayson Patterson, who'd gone down the turf. Best looking chance of the night, I'd say, so far for Carson-Newman. Arnodonner not able to get a piece of that one. As we trickle towards 2 minutes left to play in the first half. 2-0 Tusculum. As Malia Kim looks to take it back for Carson-Newman. She'll play it near side for Irish Miles. Miles down the near sideline. As we go out of bounds, off of Carson-Newman. So a goal kick for Tusculum, another sub. Here with 1:39 to go, the clock will move. Cameron Giles checks out. It'll be Aaliyah Douglas to check in for the Eagles. 1:24 to go. Eagles might have one more chance to try and cut to the deficit in the first half. Goes off the foot of Irish Miles and out of bounds. So throwing right in front of the box for Tusculum Pioneers. Again, looking to play themselves into the South Atlantic Conference Tournament. Sitting in 9th right now. A win tonight would go a long way in extending their season at least for one more game as we look at the Morris Hill and Limestone score. 0-0, that one coming to a close in the first half. This one's kicked around off the chest of Grant, kept in play by Kreiser. Now Tusculum controls all the way across field. Heinzelman got a foot on it, but Arnodonner takes it away. Carson-Newman looking to counter with 35 seconds to play here in the first half. Last chance it seemed for the Eagles here in this first half. A play towards Kim. Kim giving chase. A nice job by Maya Enston to get a foot on that and keep Kim away. Tusculum clears the counterattack by Carson-Newman. And with 15 seconds to go, likely the Eagles' last chance to get on the board here in the first half. 10 seconds to go. Tusculum looking to push. Maybe a last chance. This one played all the way and back towards Kabachi. Intended for Grant, but it finds the foot of Bernard Kabachi, and that's how this first half comes to a close. So 2 goals by Tusculum. The header off the corner kick by Adriana Netskos for the first goal, and then the handball by Carson-Newman inside the box gives Joey Garrett the penalty kick, and she nets the second goal of this first half. So 15 minutes, we'll be back. Tusculum leads 2-0 right here on the Eagle Sports Network. Ready to go for half number 2. Tusculum and Carson-Newman right here on the Eagle Sports Network. Ryan Wilkes with you. Tusculum out in front 2-0 after 2 first half goals. More than doubling their season average at .77. So 2 goals for Tusculum. Both dead ball goals. One off a corner kick and then one off a penalty kick by Joey Garrett, who's ready to tee it up from midfield and get the second half underway. 45 minutes on the clock. Tusculum earns a point tonight. They are in the South Atlantic Conference Tournament. If the result between Mars Hill and Limestone stands, Limestone leads 1-0 in that one. Tusculum controls out of the first half break. It's played near side and kicked out of bounds off of the Pioneers. So I mentioned Caitlin Grant, the leading scorer for this Tusculum team with 4 goals on the year. It was a supporting cast in the first half. Joey Garrett, as I mentioned, off the PK. And then Adriana Netskos with the header. As Carson-Newman takes possession back off the turnover. Nielsen with a chance at the top of the box. A shot is blocked all the way back to Elba Delgado as it's kicked around and Tusculum is able to clear. So a dangerous turnover at the top of the box. Carson-Newman unable to execute as Kristen Nielsen's shot was blocked. This one headed across the midfield stripe. It's Fields. So played all the way back to Garber. Garber having to give chase. So touch it back to Kabachi. That one almost trickled by Kabachi. Luckily did not. Off the foot of Kendall Garber. It's Addie Henry controlling. 43:50 in a rolling clock here in the second half. Over a minute into this second half. Carson-Newman looking for some more opportunities. Had 8 shots, 2 on goal in the first half. 6 shots, 5 on goal for Tusculum there in that first half. A lot came after that first 15 minutes of play, where Carson-Newman controlled the pace early on. That's now Delgado across midfield, taken back by Tusculum. Played towards Grant, looking to get going here in the second half. She was active, but not able to squeak by the tight defense of Kendall Garber. Those two been the matchup to watch tonight, really, with Grant looking to make quite a few runs. Kendall Garber's been able to shut him down in the first half. So Tusculum looking to creep into postseason play. Carson-Newman looking to not only take down a rival, but build some momentum for the South Atlantic Conference Tournament. As a touch by Nielsen, taken away. Nice tackle there to get it back, as now it's Carly Pettit playing it down the near side. Molly Zander giving chase. It's touched out of play. And it'll be a throw-in for Carson-Newman. Carly Pettit will take the throw-in. Deep down the near side corner. Carson-Newman controls at the near side of the box. It's played back out to Pettit. Pettit gets it to the top of the box. Fields' shot is blocked. As now it's Selena Yude who's able to get a foot on it. Goes out of bounds off of her. It'll be a throw-in far side for Tusculum. Chilly night here on Mossy Creek. It's been chilly all day, but certainly continues to get colder here tonight. 1st of November. As we're starting to get into some fall weather here in Jefferson City, Tennessee. Fighting for the ball. Taken away by Tusculum. Played near side. Nice touch for Grant. It's kicked off the shins of Caitlin Grant by Addie Henry. It'll be a Carson-Newman throw-in. 41-45. Rolling clock here in the second half. Tusculum leads 2-0 off the 2 first half goals. You can tell Carson-Newman picking up the intensity once again in the first few minutes of this second half. This one played far side for Kendall Garber. Garber touched back to Henry. Now almost a costly turnover. Carson-Newman able to keep possession all the way back to Kabachi. It's Addie Henry in reverse field. She finds Felicia Frick. Frick now looking for Molly Zander. Zander trying to make a run. It's kicked away by the backline defense of Tana Bookhamer. Shot looking for Grant. Carly Pettit able to get it out of bounds. You can tell Tusculum is looking for Caitlin Grant tonight. She hasn't been able to quite break loose. Good defense tonight by Carson-Newman on her. Yes, now it's Molly Zander across midfield trying to turn away from Bookhamer. Not able to. And it goes off of, I believe, Tusculum. Actually, now they're going to say it's off of Carson-Newman. So a throw in for Tusculum. Near side and from the box. About 5 minutes into the second half. Tusculum looking to hold on. Carson-Newman looking to change the fate of this game. So now it's Kendall Garber in the back half. Plays it near side for Eddie Henry. Henry finds Pettit. Tusculum dropping back defensively. Now Pettit pushes by a couple defenders. Lots of contact. A little bit of a shove. No call. As Garber's able to take it back. Now tries to cross in the box. Goes off the foot of a Pioneer. It'll be a near side corner kick for Carson-Newman. Fourth corner of the game for the Eagles. As it'll be Eddie Henry to take it near side. Tusculum scored off a corner in the first half. Carson-Newman looking to do so right here to cut this deficit in half. It's played into Frick. Frick a touch back to Henry. Henry cross far side post, finds a foot off the top of the goal. Now ahead by, it looked like Molly Zander, and it's scored. Just like that, Carson-Newman cuts into the deficit off the head of Molly Zander. She's shaken up on the turf. First shot goes off the goalpost. Should be the crossbar. And now a yellow card shown to Tusculum. Molly Zander heads in the back of the net. Past Grayson Patterson. Carson-Newman within one. Molly Zander getting checked out by the athletic training staff for the Eagles. A yellow card on Tusculum, in addition to the Carson-Newman goal. As Molly Zander is able to get enough of that one. As he'll continue to check her out down near the Tusculum goal. Zander put it all on the line right there and snuck it past the hand of Grayson Patterson. As it'll be Cameron Giles to check in for Zander. So stoppage as we sit right now, 2-1. Tusculum still in front. But Carson-Newman gets on the board. The Molly Zander goal here in the 6th minute of play. So a little pressure applied by the Eagles here early in the second half as Zander is luckily off of the turf. She's being walked over to the bench. Cameron Giles checks in for her. Molly Zander with the goal to put Carson-Newman behind by just one. Play resumes, and now looks like Bryn Stokes shaken up. That one intended for her. Carson-Newman trying to take it back. Felicia Frick and a whistle near midfield on Frick. The Eagles didn't like that one. Looked like minimal contact nonetheless. A foul called on Frick. 38:53, a rolling clock here in the second half. Carson-Newman gets within one. Again, Tusculum needs just 1 point to get into the South Atlantic Conference tournament if the Mars Hill and Limestone result stands. We'll check back in on that one here in a moment. Free kick near midfield for the Pioneers, leading by one. This one chipped towards the top of the box, cleared by Carson-Newman. Nielsen tries to get a head on it, cannot. That's now a big boot taken back by Carson-Newman. Delgado plays it back. Henry finds Fields, actually gets taken away. And now cleared past midfield. In the back half, Tusculum controls. It's Bryn Stokes. Stokes looking for Webking. Webking was awarded the yellow card after that goal. It is now Delgado reverses field, finds Fenn far side. Fenn looking for Giles, goes out of bounds off the foot of Annika Fenn, and a throw in on the far side for the Pioneers. So the women looking to do a little bit of what the men did. Bigger deficit here in this second half. It was 1-0 at half. Tusculum led in the men's game. Carson-Newman uses 3 unanswered goals. to take that one and sneak in the conference tournament. Now a foul far side and a whistle. So Carson-Newman will have the free kick in the South Atlantic Conference logo on the far side. Looks like Andy Henry will line up to take it.
Carly. You can't be left 1v1 here. Be smart. Have a look.
Henry lines it up. We'll send it away. Henry into the box. Headed away by Tusculum. Good job defensively by the Pioneers. Now Pettit chips it back in the box. Patterson comes out of goal to scoop it up. Look like Giles going after it. Try and get a piece of it. But Grayson Patterson, nice job in goal to take the chance away from the Eagles. Far side, Tusculum controls. Carson-Newman applying that tight defensive pressure. Try and create a turnover. And create an opportunity for them. This one played towards midfield. Pettit able to take it back. Now to Christian Nielsen. Nielsen back to Savannah Fields. Fields near side from the Carson-Newman bench. Plays it back to midfield for Kendall Garber. Delgado looking to reverse field here. She'll play it far side for Fenn, but an errant pass. As it's cleared past midfield, Garber will go retrieve. Monica Fenn touches towards Selena Yu. Now Giles to Delgado. Delgado reverses field, a bit of a soft pass to Carly Pettit. Now Pettit looking for Nielsen. Nielsen with a run. Tight defense near side by Wilma Axelson as she kicks it out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in down near the near side corner for Carly Pettit. Pettit with a throw-in into the box, headed away. As Nielsen or Pettit goes to retrieve. Pettit cross field for Giles. Now near the sack logo, it's Fenn. Fenn finds Giles. Giles a nice move. Now a touch back towards Fenn. Fenn looks to cross it in. She does. Yu tries to get a foot on it. A lot of contact in the box. No whistle. And now there is a whistle. It'll be a penalty kick for Selena Yude on the extremely delayed whistle. Nonetheless, Yude will get a penalty kick. Yude is awarded a penalty kick. It'll be taken, it looks like, by Felicia Frick. So a chance for 2 penalty goals in this game. 1 by each side if Frick can execute right here. Frick and Patterson all alone in the box. Frick with a chance to tie it up. Patterson looking to keep this a 2-1 game. Frick, a shot and it's scored. Bottom left corner of the net. Past Grayson Patterson, and just like that, we're all tied up at 2. A beautiful job by Felicia Frick to execute. A little deja vu of that first half. Carson-Newman executes on a corner. And then a penalty kick. So mirroring first halves, 1 for each side, as we're all tied up at 2 with 35:01 to go in this first half. What a turn of events in the first 10 minutes of this second period. It's Carson-Newman with all the momentum. Garber in the back half, controls for the Eagles. It's almost hard to believe how similar these halves have gone. A little bit of a condensed version for Carson-Newman, getting those goals in almost back-to-back fashion. Pretty much exactly how Tusculum got on the board in that first half, 2 dead ball goals. The same for the Eagles. 34-19 in a rolling clock. Tusculum and Carson-Newman all tied up at 2. It was 2-0 Pioneers at the halftime break, but Carson-Newman has fought back with 2 goals of its own to tie this one up at 2 apiece. Now Giles near the top of the box, controls for Carson-Newman. A touch for Nielsen, but it goes past her foot and will trickle out of play. Goal kick upcoming for the Pioneers. Well over 11 minutes gone here in the second half of play. Molly Zander with the header goal. Actually off a shot, a rebound shot, so not exactly off the corner kick, but similar developing play that Tusculum scored on in that first half, both headers. So similar goals there in terms of scoring fashion. And then the penalty kick goal by Felicio Frick to tie this one up at 2. A touch towards the near side. Rep King able to kick it down the near sideline. This one looks like it will sit in play, and able to get to it is Caitlin Grant. She's able to get it off the foot of an Eagle and keep possession. Grant to the top of the box, cleared by the Eagles. Nice job defensively by Carson-Newman. That was cleared past midfield. Nielsen off an awkward touch by Stokes, trying to chase after, but Patterson able to get a foot on it and get it across midfield. It looked like a handball near the midfield logo, but no call. As Delgado looking for Eude. It's kicked away. We'll take a look at that Mars Hill and Limestone game. That's Mars Hill and Limestone finishes the way it looked the last time we checked. Tusculum would just need a point to earn the ace seed. We'll see what the score's looking like right now. Limestone's got the 1-0 advantage as the second half just gets underway. So if Limestone's able to take that one, Tusculum will only need a draw to push past Mars Hill in the SAC standings. But Carson-Newman looking to make it a moot point. Has lots of contact near the top of the box, no call. Giles tries to get a foot on it, but it's cleared by the Pioneers. This one will go all the way past the midfield stripe, all the way back to Bruno Kabachi. Eagles control, now played towards Pettit. A bit behind Pettit, out of bounds. And a throw in for Tusculum. Pettit takes it back. Trying to work towards the top of the box. A lot of contact on Carly Pettit, no call. Physical second half so far. The whistles have been few and far between. As Addie Henry able to control. Actually, Mars Hill does. So Mars Hill might be out in front of Limestone. Now a shot and a score by Carson-Newman. The Eagles with a shot outside the box, didn't even see it coming. And it scored to give Carson-Newman a 3-2 advantage. The Eagles score to go out in front, 3 unanswered goals after it's 2-0 at halftime to take a 3-2 lead with 30:57 to go. Just a rocket outside of the box as Carson-Newman able to go out in front. It was Selena Eude with the shot that scored to give Carson-Newman the 3-2 advantage in the 56th minute. Tusculum finds themselves behind for the first time tonight. So Carson-Newman leads this one 3-2. With 30:51 left to play as Abby Zander will check in, as well as Maya Binkson. Pettit and Eude check out. Selena Eude with a rocket outside the box to score and give Carson-Newman the 1-goal advantage. The Tides have turned here in half number 2, as now Carson-Newman looking for a counterattack. Giles with the touch, still looking to earn possession back, and it's all the way back to Maya Binkson, goes off of her and out of play. So for now, Carson-Newman leads by 1. Looking to make that Mars Hill and Limestone game a moot point. As Tusculum drops this one, We'll be on the outside looking in when things come to a close. And we'll miss out on the conference tournament. What an exciting day here on the soccer field between two teams. Right now as it sits, Carson-Newman, if able to close this one out, it'll be 2 comeback wins against their in-state rival Tusculum at McCown Field to wrap up the regular season. Couldn't ask for better soccer tonight. As this one played in the back half, Savannah Field's tight defense on a Pioneer. A lot of contact. Fields kind of rips down a Pioneer there, and a whistle. She gets tangled up with Wilma Axelson. 29-17, clock is stopped. I believe might have been awarded a yellow card there on Fields. It's a free kick for the Pioneers, trailing by 1 after it was 2-0 at the halftime break. Carson-Newman with 3 unanswered goals in the first 15 minutes of play. Tusculum reeling a little bit. Carson-Newman can maybe put the nail in the coffin on this one. Lots of time left. You can tell Carson-Newman has all the momentum right now. Henry controls in the back half, looking across midfield. All the way back towards Kabachi. Tusculum looking to apply some pressure, feeling a sense of urgency right now. Trailing by 1. Abby Zander near side. Plays it out of play. That'll be a throw-in for Tusculum. Some sub coming in. Actually, that's clock stoppage here. Not sure what the stoppage is for. Nonetheless, clock stopped with 28:51 to go. As now it's played in. This one booted across midfield. Carson-Newman, Kendall Garber controls. It's played all the way back to Addie Henry. Back to Berna Kabachi. She finds Felicia Frick. Frick to Fields. Now Fields a touch back to Frick. Carson-Newman looking to set something up here. Tight defense by Axelson. This one booted back towards the back line of defense for Tusculum. Frick controls near midfield. She'll play it towards Fields, but it's a little bit behind her and out of bounds. Carson-Newman's been a little errant with the ball tonight. Sure, that's something Simon Duffy and his crew will look to fix heading into the South Atlantic Conference Tournament. Carson-Newman ranked at number 10 in the most recent regional rankings. As Cameron Giles controls, plays it towards Kristen Nielsen. Nielsen at the top of the box, a shot. Patterson scoops it up with the save. Nice job by Patterson. Can't really afford to give up another one here and allow Carson-Newman to double up the lead. Turnover by Tusculum. Fields takes it back. Savannah Fields, top of the box. Touches towards Giles. Giles with a chance here, but is kicked away. Nice job defensively by Ella Funderburk, but it will be a Carson-Newman corner. Near side corner kick for the Eagles. Had success in the last corner. Not on the initial shot, but on the header by Molly Zander after it went off the crossbar. I've not seen Molly Zander return here in this second half, exited after that goal. But a big one to get Carson-Newman within 1, and since then, 2 goals for the Eagles to hop out in front. This one touched into Frick. Frick, nice move, plays it in. A shot is wide. Wide left off a foot. I believe that might have been Maya Bingson with the shot. Nina Arnadottir checks in. Molly Zander right on cue. Just talked about her coming back in, and she does. So Arnadottir checks in for Giles. Nielsen exits as well. 26-25, moving clock here in half number 2. Carson-Newman leads Tusculum 3-2. This one towards the top of the box. Arnadottir gets ahead on it, and it's cleared by the Pioneers. All the way back across midfield. Henry gets a foot on it. Felicia Frick touches it towards Abby Zander. Zander looking to push. Nice move to get past her defender. Goes to retrieve the loose ball. Now Zander into the box. And it's kicked away. Xander, nice job to get back in the play and take it back. Fields plays it back towards the goal and out of bounds. A goal kick upcoming for the Pioneers. 63rd minute. Carson-Newman leads 3-2. Tusculum looking to get back in this one. Kind of a jarring turn of events as Tusculum entered the halftime break with all the momentum. And within the first 15 minutes, Carson-Newman tallies 3 second-half goals to push out in front by 1. Far side throw-in for the Eagles. Tusculum trying to keep its season alive and get into the South Atlantic Conference tournament, but Carson-Newman surely not making it easy. Looking to end any opportunity for that here tonight. Throwing for the Eagles. It's kicked out of bounds. We'll do it again, far side. This one played into Arnadonner, cleared away by the Pioneers. Not much of a chance for a counterattack as it goes towards Caitlin Grant. Addie Henry takes it back. Now Abby Xander pushing past Grant. Xander, Grant, nice job defensively to get out in front. It's played back towards Fields. Fields crossing the field, looking for Annika Fenn. Fenn towards Molly Xander. Molly Xander a touch. Far side, it's Binkson. Lots of contact, no whistle. But it will be a throw-in for Carson-Newman. 24-14 to go. Moving clock here in the second half. Tusculum looking desperately for that equalizer as it's played for the top for Anina Arnadonner. Now back to Frick. Frick looking for a shot here. Kicked around. Now Frick will shoot and go over the top of the crossbar. No good. So shot by Frick. That would have been really tough if Frick was able to put that one in the back, and that would have made it tough on the Pioneers to make a comeback in this one. As looks like Pennington will check out. Checking in is Mackenzie Hansen. It'll be Stokes to take the goal kick. Stokes' goal kick is taken away by Binkson. Carson-Newman keeps possession off the goal kick. As the Eagles look both content to keep this lead, also looking to put on another one. Kind of make this one tough for Tusculum to make a comeback in. As it's kicked out of bounds by the Pioneers. It'll be a throw-in far side for Molly Xander and the Eagles. It'll actually be Fenn to take it far side. 23 minutes on the dot left to go here in this second half. Tusculum looking to make sure it's not the last 23 minutes of its season, but Carson-Newman again, 3 goals to hop out in front as Tusculum will line up a goal kick here. Starting to move with a little bit of urgency. 23:43 to go. Busy day here at Carson-Newman. Last time we'll see soccer here at McCown Field, more likely than not, in the regular season. That's out of bounds, will be thrown for Carson-Newman. Stoppage of the clock here with 22:27 to go.
What are you stopping the clock for?
As we'll take a look back at that Morris Hill and Limestone game. Limestone leads at 1-0 in the second half. If the result stands, that game will be a moot point in terms of the South Atlantic Conference standings. About 22 minutes ago, Carson-Newman leads by 1. Xander plays it all the way down towards Molly Xander. Nice defense by Stokes, able to win possession back. Vermillion moves across midfield. Looking for a counter here. It was played all the way back towards Berna Kabachi. Kabachi falls on it, looking to use a little bit of this clock here, approaching 20 minutes to go. It's all Tusculum there in that first half. Not necessarily bad defense by Carson-Newman, just 2 dead ball goals on the penalty kick and the corner kick, and Carson-Newman almost replicates that second half, or that first half, and then gets another goal by Selena Yu to give the Eagles a 3-2 lead. As Tusculum controls possession far side. The Eagles take possession back. Binkson a touch towards Arnadonner and is kicked out of bounds by the Pioneers, throwing for Carson-Newman. So we have a sub here. And it'll be Selena Yu checking in for Alba Delgado. Delgado takes her time trotting off the field. About 20:50 to go with a moving clock here in the second half. Carson-Newman looking to push over 500 on the season. 6-6-3 so far. Tusculum 2-9-4 on the season. 2-6-2 in conference. It's far side throwing for Carson-Newman. Molly Zander looking to create some space. A touch down the far sideline for Nina Arnadotter. Arnadotter, a nice move, shakes free, plays it in the box, but is cleared away by Bryn Stokes. Now Yude outside the far corner of the box. Plays it back for Frick. Frick, a touch for Zander. Zander now rips his shot, goes over the crossbar, and it'll be a goal kick for Patterson and Tusculum. 120 minutes to play, 19:57 and a moving clock. The second half has been all Carson-Newman with 3 unanswered goals. Tusculum held the 2-0 lead at halftime. As now Grant crosses midfield. Kabachi all the way out of goal, able to boot it away. Nice job by Kabachi, great awareness to come out and negate that counterattack for Tusculum. Now Abby Zander takes it back for the Eagles. All the way back to Kabachi again. 9 shots in the second half for Carson-Newman, who had 8 in the first. 17 shots overall, 6 on goal. As Henry controls in the back half. Caitlin Grant tightly defending. Tusculum's leading goal scorer almost created a turnover right there. Now Zander pushes past Axelson. Touches it towards Zander. Molly Zander looking for a teammate. Finds Savannah Fields near side. Fields looking to cross it in. She'll try, but it goes off a Tusculum defender and kicked out of bounds. Throwing for Carson-Newman with 18:43 left to play in this second half. Leading this one 3-2, looking to take away any opportunity for postseason play from their opponent, in-state rival Tusculum. Zander plays it in. It'll be Patterson coming out. Goes off an eagle and out of bounds. Goal kick upcoming. Substitute coming in for Tusculum. It'll be Helena Watts to check in for Wilma Axelson. So Axelson checks out. Helena Watts checks in. As Tusculum controls far side, but it's touched out of bounds. Be a throw-in for Carson-Newman. The more time Carson-Newman spends in the Tusculum half, the less time the Pioneers have to try and find that equalizer with 17:47 and a moving clock here in the second half. Felicia Frick controls. Plays it down the far sideline and it'll trickle all the way down near the far side corner. Carson-Newman here in the last few minutes have both looked to extend the lead, as now this one is deflected away and Carson-Newman almost created a turnover. Both looking to keep this lead and possibly extend it as this one dwindles near 15 minutes left to play. Zander with a nice move to try and push past the defender, and it's kicked out of bounds by Zander. Throwing for Tusculum. It's Addie Henry that takes it back. Now Henry all the way back towards Berna Kabachi. Tusculum trying to find its legs late in this second half and try to extend its season. It's almost a turnover by the Eagles. Now kicked all the way back towards Felicia Frick. Frick a touch near side for Abby Zander. Zander finds Fields in the middle of the Tusculum defense. Now touch back to Fields. Fields trying to get past her defender, but it's taken away by Stokes. Looks like Fields had a handful of jersey there, no call. There's the Eagles able to take you back. Frick moves past the back line of Tusculum defense all the way into the box. Patterson comes out and is able to scoop it up before Molly Zander tries to put in her second goal of the match. Tusculum now looking to counter, trailing by 1. 16 minutes on the dot, rolling clock here in half number 2. 3-2, Carson-Newman out in front. Garber takes it back for the Eagles. Now Molly Zander bowls over Macy Vermillion on the far side, and a whistle on Zander. So a chance for Tusculum to set up deep in the attacking half. Off the foul by Molly Zander, the Pioneers will go towards the top of the box. Free kick for Tusculum on the far side. It'll be Maya Insta to take it. The free kick goes towards the top of the box. Headed around. Carson-Newman looking to clear it here. Off the head of Fend. It's outside the box. Lots of contact inside the box. And now a whistle and a stoppage. It looks like Abby Zander may be shaken up. She gets to her feet. Clock stopped at 15:09. I believe it'll be Carson-Newman possession, far side. It'll be Tusculum possession, free kick. Possession right outside the box. Two Eagles tightly defending on the far side. Insta tries to make a move. Gets it in the box, but it's cleared by Carson-Newman. All the way back to Funderburg. She finds Heinzelman near side. All the way down the near sideline, out of bounds, off of Tusculum. Deep throwing for the Eagles, under 15 to play. Here in the second half, Carson-Newman with the 3-2 advantage. Zander boots it near side and it goes into bounds. So it'll be a throw-in for the Pioneers. Bingson controls for Carson-Newman. So booted across the midfield stripe. Stokes able to get a foot on it. Now Molly Zander able to head it towards Anina Arnadottir. Arnadottir scoots it out of play. Throw in for Tusculum right in front of the Carson-Newman bench. Tusculum starting to feel that pressure here late in this second half. As Garber able to boot it away. Now kicked out of play by Lake and Pennington. As we'll have another sub. Alba Delgado back in. Felicia Frick checks out. Clock continues to roll, under 13:35 to play in the second half of action. There's lots of contact and a whistle on Tusculum. Molly Zander goes to the turf. It's a free kick for Carson-Newman. It'll be Abby Zander to take it for the Eagles. Carson-Newman looking to potentially a dagger to Tusculum late in the second half. And Zander tees up the free kick. Boots it towards the top of the box. Kicked around. Delgado finds it. She'll play it back. Now a chip back to the top of the box. Arnadottir gets ahead on it. It's cleared by Stokes for a moment. As Tusculum takes it back, looking for a counterattack. But Field shuts that down, plays it back towards Garber. Under 13 to go, 12:40 in a moving clock. Tusculum trying to keep its season alive. Carson-Newman looking to put an end to its rival season here at McCown Field. Lots of contact and a whistle on Addie Henry. As now Tusculum will get a free kick right near midfield. Tusculum has not been without its chances here in the second half of play, but it has not been able to execute. 2 goals in that first half, one off a corner kick and one off a penalty kick. And then Carson-Newman takes that and turns the tables completely here in half number 2 to take the 3-2 lead. 12 minutes ago, this one played far side of the box, headed around by the Eagles and out of harm's way. Now far side. Delgado takes it back for the Eagles. She'll just play it towards Molly Zander at midfield. Now Molly Zander pushes past the Tusculum defense. Zander down the far side using her speed. It's kicked away by Tusculum. Tusculum looking to push the opposite direction, but Addie Henry right there to take it back. Molly Zander far side. Touches it towards Maya Bingson. And out of play past the back line. Carson-Newman looks like he's playing a bit of a field position game here, trying to keep it as deep in the Tusculum half as they can. Doing a good job of doing so. As Noel Kreiser will check back in. Tristan Wepking will check in as well. Kendall Garber out. Caroline Heitzelman out as well. 10:51, moving clock here in half number 2. Tusculum's got a lot of field to go to try and get an attack here late in this game. As I mentioned in football terms, kind of playing the field position game, putting Tusculum as deep in its own territory as the Eagles can. That's Tusculum able to take it back, but now right back to Addie Henry. Henry plays it towards Arnaudotter. Arnaudotter a touch back to Zander. Zander towards the far post, and it's out of play. So a goal kick for Patterson. It's a goal kick for Tusculum, trailing by 1. Approaching 10 minutes to play here in half number 2. A whistle and a foul called on the Pioneers as Zander goes to the turf. Foul called on Wepking. Wepking's got to be careful. Already has a yellow card here in this game. Doesn't want to do anything egregious here in half number 2. Carson-Newman will have the free kick. A goal here might just about do it. As Carson-Newman maybe looking to put an end to this one. As a free kick finds Yude, a shot, and it's scored. Actually, they're going to wave it off and say Yude was offsides. It looked like Yude had a wide open shot there. They're going to say she was just a hair offsides, and that might have just about done it right there. But Tusculum still alive after the whistle. Has 9 minutes left. Bit of an arguable offsides call, but nonetheless, that's what the call on the field was. It's clicked out of bounds by Carson-Newman. It'll be a far side throw-in for Tusculum. Tusculum having to work with some urgency here. But sure to be grateful for that whistle. That would have made it a 2-goal game with about 9 minutes left to play. Carson-Newman earns possession back. It's played towards Abby Zander on the near side. Abby Zander boots it across midfield, looking for Arnaudotter. As it finds Delgado. Delgado called for the whistle. She did have a lot of contact with Alexis Rosler right there. Now a stoppage, Rosler down on the turf. While they take a look at Rosler, we'll take a look at some of the stats tonight. Carson-Newman trailed 2-0 at the break. Able to use 3 second-half goals to hop out in front. Looking at those goals, it was Tusculum to get on the board first in that first half. Off the corner kick that was scored by Adriana Netskos on the header. And then the penalty kick goal by Joey Garrett to make it a 2-0 game. And then Carson-Newman here in half number 2. Again, I've said a lot, but pretty much replicating the first half that Tusculum had. A goal off a corner kick, even though it was off a rebound. Molly Zander heads it in to make it 2-1. And then 2 more goals here in the second half. A shot by Selena Yude puts the Eagles out in front by 1. So Rosler will be helped off the pitch. And it was that 17th minute goal by Adriana Netskos and then 25th minute goal by Joey Garrett to make it 2-0. But here in the second, Carson-Newman fighting back. A 50th minute goal by Molly Zander to make it 2-1. Felicia Frick's penalty kick goal to make it 2-2. And then Selena Yude outside the box, her second goal of the season, puts Carson-Newman out in front by 1. Back in play here at McCown Field, about 8 minutes left to play. Looked like Yude might have had her second of the game. That would have likely put a bow on this one. As now a whistle on Tusculum near midfield. It'll be a free kick for the Eagles. If Yude was offside, it might have just been by a hair. She was whistled, negating what would have been her second goal of the match. Nonetheless, the Eagles lead by 1. It's played towards Pettit. She gets a piece of it. Now Arnaudotter finds herself open. Arnaudotter trying to make a move. Plays it back towards Delgado. Alba Delgado looking for a teammate. Plays it back to Pettit. Now Pettit finds Fields. Fields reversing Field. She'll find Annika Fenn far side. Fenn now chips it into the box. Cleared by Tusculum. Carson-Newman able to earn possession back. Fenn far side. Now Tusculum kicks it down near the far sideline, takes it away. Now a play. Looks like Bookhamer has some open space working on Kreiser, but Kreiser able to use her length and her speed to catch up. And it'll go off the foot of the Eagles. A far side corner kick for Tusculum. Scored on this in the first half. It'll be huge to do it here in half number 2 to tie this one up. She'll be corner kick on the far side. It'll be Maya Ensta to take it. She got the assist there in the first half. 6:20 in a rolling clock. Tusculum trails by 1. Ensta to tee it up for the Pioneers. Looks like Bookhamer going over there to help her out, but Ensta sends it in. This one punched out by Kabachi. Carson-Newman able to clear it for a moment. Tusculum retains possession. Some contact outside the box, no call. Tusculum still has possession. A shot is blocked. Now it's kicked, and another shot goes over the crossbar. Off the foot of Sydney Grant, the leading goal scorer, can't find the back of the net right there. As that might have been the best chance for Tusculum here in this second half, unable to execute. Frick checks back in for Bengtson. About 5.5 to play here in the second half. Carson-Newman still out in front by 1. Nice shot by Kabachi to just swat that one out. And the Carson-Newman defense able to do the rest. As Arnaudotter jockeying for position at midfield, Stokes able to take it back. And now Carson-Newman has possession. Carly Pettit in the back half. She slips, but it finds an Eagle. Now Zander a touch towards Arnaudotter, a bit of a miscommunication. As it's still in the back half, Tusculum applying pressure defensively. Now it's Walsh trying to reverse field. Tusculum has possession. It's Webking far side. Now all the way down the far sideline, Fenn giving chase. Uses her body to shield off a Pioneer, go out of bounds. It'll be a Carson-Newman throw-in. Limited chances left for the Pioneers. Couldn't execute on that corner. Now they'll have to find a way to penetrate this Carson-Newman defense. And Berna Kabachi, who's been solid tonight for the Eagles. 4.5 to play. With the win, Carson-Newman can end Tusculum's season here at McCown Field. Tusculum earning a point. Would have to wait on another result, but if able to get a point, it'd give themselves a chance. As this one will go out of bounds off Carson-Newman. Approaching 4 minutes to play. Moving clock. Thrown by Tusculum. Headed away by Carson-Newman. It's Yude. Plays it towards Arnaudotter across midfield. Now it's Yude. Nice move on her defender. Shakes loose. Selena Yude plays it towards Molly Zander. Tusculum able to clear. Savannah Fields now. Again, that field position game. The more time Carson-Newman's able to spend in this part of the field, the less time Tusculum has left to try and find the equalizer. Far side, the Eagles control. Fend. Plays it towards the top of the box. Yude looking for a shot here. She'll put it on goal. Punched away by Patterson. Nice save. But it'll be a corner kick for Carson-Newman as the clock moves. 13-14 in a moving clock. Great play by Selena Yude, not only to get a shot on goal, but to get it off Grayson Patterson and give Carson-Newman a corner kick. Addie Henry, reasonably so, is going to take her time here in the near corner. She'll likely play it into Felicia Frick, and she will. Frick plays it back towards Henry. It's kicked away by Tusculum, now cleared. All the way back towards midfield. Carly Pettit finds it. Now back towards Kabachi. 2:40 in a moving clock. Tusculum applying defensive pressure. Carson-Newman needs to be crisp with its passing here, and there's a turnover. Pettit able to take it back nonetheless. Molly Zander controls. Now Zander pushing up the field, looking for some space. Far side. Now played towards Zander. Arnold out of there as well. Zander gets a foot on it. Scooped up by Patterson. As Tusculum will look to move quickly. About 2:15 to go in a moving clock. Tusculum turns it over at midfield, all the way down. Fenn sends it. Tusculum with 2 minutes left. Looking for that equalizing goal. Fields doing the smart thing here and just clearing it all the way down towards the Tusculum end. So we'll go back towards Selena Yude. Yude towards Pettit. Carly Pettit pushing down the field. Tusculum gets possession back. A time here for a counter. Tusculum has time, about a minute and a half left to go. This one played all the way back towards Thunderberg. But Carson-Newman takes it back. A turnover by Tusculum, plays towards Arnadotter. Arnadotter back to Fields. It's blocked. As now Delgado will play it far side. It's Molly Zander trying to push back her defender. Minute 13 to go in a moving clock. Carson-Newman content to spend as much time down there in the Tusculum half as possible. Goes off the foot of Zander. And now a throw in for Tusculum. Carson-Newman takes it back. Under 1 minute to go. A counterattack opportunity for Tusculum. They get possession back. And a whistle, late whistle. And a foul, which will only take more time off the clock. 40 seconds to go. Here in half number 2, Carson-Newman up 3-2. Most likely the last chance for Tusculum if it can get it. This one bounced around midfield. Goes off the foot of a Pioneer and out of bounds. Throw in for Carson-Newman. The Eagles will take their time here. Under 20 seconds to go. Cleared across midfield, headed around by Tusculum. Trying to keep this one in play. It'll go off the foot of a Pioneer. 10 seconds to go. Carson-Newman, 3 unanswered goals here in the second half as a brief clock stoppage. I believe they'll reset this one to about 6 seconds, more or less. But nonetheless, Carson-Newman, barring something utterly miraculous, will use 3 second-half goals to take down its in-state rival Tusculum. As the clock will move to 8 seconds, the throw-in by Carson-Newman, kicked around by Tusculum. Goes across midfield, 4 seconds left. Henry gets a foot on it, and that will do it. Carson-Newman, 3 second-half goals, shuts down an opportunity for postseason play for the Tusculum Pioneers, erasing a 2-0 halftime deficit. Carson-Newman wins a regular season finale at home against Tusculum, 3-2. That'll do it for our coverage on the Eagle Sports Network. Ryan Wilkes signing off. We'll talk to you here in a couple days, right here on the Eagle Sports Network.